Il y a probablement qu'on pourrait le garder.
Good, good, good. We just start the recording.
Mathieu Pelvin a l'air heureux.
Good. Jason is there. Some people are joining right now. Up. I accept the last people. J'accepte les derniers. Comme je vous ai dit, le call va être en anglais. Just a few words in French, Jason. Je parle en français là, juste un peu pour commencer. On va commencer le call tout de suite parce que Jason est quelqu'un de très occupé, donc c'est on va respecter son temps. Il est génial de venir ici dans le call avec nous. Pour ceux qui veulent montrer leur caméra, ça serait, je pense, super apprécié de sa part parce que c'est toujours le fun de parler avec du monde qui ont la caméra ouverte. Mais ceux-là qui n'ont pas de caméra, c'est pas grave. Donc, ça va être un Q&A, questions-réponses. Il y en a plusieurs qui ont déjà posé des questions, donc j'ai une liste de questions. Je dis de les poster dans le Facebook pour ça, fait que je vais y aller avec la liste d'abord. Ceux-là qui ont des questions supplémentaires ou ils veulent intervenir, il n'y aura pas de problème, bien entendu. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's now time to welcome Jason Brown. He's been with us in July, I think, and he promised to come back for a Q&A sessions with us. And this is amazing that he takes his time to come here. He was recently, I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, but do it if you're not, because he's really inspiring. And I really appreciate all his posts and all his stories and everything. And he show you the way how to succeed. And he's there with us today, tonight for you, today for me, here in Cambodia. And it will be amazing to start this Q&A sessions. Jason, are you with us? Wait. Yes.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, no worry, no worry.
I just shut the door because there's some other calls going on in my house. So wanted to make sure we have no crazy background noise. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? How's everybody?
We're good. We're good. Like
good.
The last month has been like just amazing trading on a trading way. The team also grew up, so it's really good, really good. We have also people in France and a little bit in Africa right now, so that's why not everyone is there because some people are in the middle of the night in Europe at this time. But I promised them that I will record sessions for them to be able to listen.
Yeah. Well, they will get this recording and they'll love it. So, guys, I'm excited to be here. And Matt, thank you, bro. As always. Yeah, I hope you guys have some questions prepared. Are we doing this in English or are we gonna do it?
Yeah,
we're gonna do it in English.
Yeah, we'll do it in English, and I will translate after when you're out. So it takes the maximum of your time here with us in English. So that's pretty good. Yeah, I got already some questions for you. Let's start right now, like with the first one. It's a question from Mathieu Soulière. There's a lot of Matthews in our team, but Mathieu Soulière said, "What did you focus on when you start, and what did you tell yourself when you lost in trading at the beginning, and you didn't have the result you expect to keep you on track? Like, what was your mindset to keep you on track when you lose on trading at the beginning?"
I think, yeah, you know, the one thing about trading is that, you know, I've always had the mindset of, you know, you can never go broke taking profits. I've always had the mindset of, you know, build the skill, not just chase money. And, you know, I think sometimes we are using trading to pay our bills when we really should be using trading to build our skills first. That actually rhymed. But, you know, I really think it's so important to take the mindset of not just, you know, hey, I'm here to make some money. It's good but it's dangerous. You know, we have to look at trading in the long term, because you know what? A lot of people will come to the table and maybe they're having a financial struggle, right? And they really would. And that was me. You know, when I started, I was 70 grand in debt and I wanted trading to pay my bills. But I also understood, number one, that if I over leveraged my account, if I forced the trades, if I, you know, maybe entered a in, you know, I would make mistakes that would continue to keep me where I was, right? I would never be able to progress to where I wanted to go. So having that mindset will make a huge difference for you guys, right? That mindset, like, hey, look, if you can have some time to just really focus on the skill, really hone in, really practice, really get good, then you know what's going to happen, guys. You know, you're going to get to a point where trading is a part of your nature, right? And that's what you really want. You know, when I trade Bitcoin and crypto, it's a part of my nature. You know, crypto is secondary for me. It's so like, you know, like I'm not stressing over it. I'm not going crazy. And, you know, I think that's really important. Obviously, I make good money, but it's still money, right? It's still trading. It's still, you know, it's still important to have the right mindset when it comes to trading. So for me, I always had a long-term mindset. I talked to Christopher Terry in the beginning and he told me, look, can you make money trading? Absolutely. He goes, but don't force it. Learn the skill. Learn the skill. So that's my advice.
Mm-hmm. This is pretty good. And what was stopping you for simply giving up?
I mean, what choice?
Still now,
what choice? Yeah. What choice would I have? You know, and I think that's the question you guys got to ask yourself is, if it's not this, then what is it? I think people join IM and they quit and they forget why they joined, right? But nothing changes. You know, I had friends who joined 3 years ago, they quit. And 3 years down the road, they're still broke. They're still upset. They still don't have any money. So it's like, if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Exactly. You need to change your actions if you want to get new results.
Correct.
That's good. Okay, what is the percentage per day, realistic percentage per day that you are targeting?
How many people per day am I targeting? But it's funny.
Percentage like.
I thought you said person, like person, people.
Yeah,
no,
percentage on like 1%, 3%, like.
No, I think, you know, when I trade crypto, I trade crypto now. I moved everything over to cryptocurrency. So for me, I'm not necessarily trading for a percentage. I'm trading now a portfolio. So here's what I'll give you the answer of where I was when I was day trading. And I'm taking swings, I'm building assets, I'm accumulating crypto, I'm buying crypto to hold it, and I'm also trading. But, you know, I think if you're risking more than 5% in a day, like if you hit 5% in a day, just turn it off. You know, just hang up the cleats for that day and walk. And depending on your trading style, then you can work inside of that 5%. You just got to get a little bit calculated. You know, am I going to do 1% risk per trade, 2% risk per trade, right? And then what's your risk to reward? So if you have a good risk to reward, 3-to-1, 2-to-1, 4-to-1, then if you keep it at 5 or 6% per day risk, you would need to lose 3 or 4 trades in a row to hit that. So it's a good strategy, right? Because the odds of you losing 3 or 4 trades in a row is probably pretty low. But if you do, you know you're not having a good day, you hang it up. So it's not so much per trade, because with swing trades, it's different than what you would do with scalping. With options, it's different than what you would do with crypto, right? It's more so about what you're willing to risk in that day until you hang up the cleats and say, you know what? I'm going to sleep on it and we're going to go back at it tomorrow.
Great. And you said you're now on crypto. So Mario asked, what will be a simple approach to start trading Bitcoin and crypto? Like, because for people for some people that don't know anything about crypto, it can be a little bit scaring or something, because everybody talk about like, oh, it's really volatile and everything. Like, maybe you have a simple approach.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, but I actually went on Go Live. I made my debut on Wednesday. And in that, I told a little bit of my story with crypto, but I also started to lay down some of the foundation. This week, I'm actually going to get a little bit deeper into the different ways we trade, the different styles, those types of things. I'm going to get a little bit deeper. There's really 3 ways to capitalize on crypto, okay? Way number 1 is trading on MetaTrader 4, right? We use Swipecoin. The Swipecoin scalper is unbelievable. I'm actually going to really do a deep dive and try to learn that. But, we can trade that way in the leverage space using Forex brokers. So then it becomes very similar to Forex, and you can capitalize on the buys and sells. You can capitalize on the movements of the market. Okay. The second way is to do it in the exchange, right? So, or a wallet, right? That's more accumulation, and honestly, you need money to do that. You're going to need some profits, right? Now, you can also just start buying Bitcoin, $100 here, $50 here, $200 here. Right? So you can accumulate. So the first one is leverage trading. The second one is exchange trading or accumulation, which kind of fall into the same category, but they're also kind of 2 different things. For me, I was doing exchange trading, and then I just started moving everything into a cold wallet and accumulating, because I think that the accumulation of crypto long-term is going to have a really big benefit for those people financially. So that's pretty important. Now, the third way is actually to trade it through options. And I know in certain countries, like in Canada, we have to be very careful with binary options. So in Canada, they don't really trade options.
Yeah.
But in France, people have started to trade options in France. Some of the rules change, and we can't market and we can't partner with a broker, but we are able to actually trade options. One of my French teams is trading HFX now, and they are loving it. They're super excited. So you can actually trade crypto with HFX, and that's pretty cool. In my opinion, I think that's a really awesome platform to trade it. But if I were to tell you the best way to do it is to get on my sessions, I'm really going to dive deep over the next few months and just give as much understanding and value as I possibly can.
Nice. About recruitment now. There is Clarkins asked us, he said, Matt Rosa mentioned to do, when you speak with prospect, he said to do why, how, and what instead of what, how, and why. The way that you are presenting what we are doing. But can you explain a little bit deeper the importance on going this way for the prospect to get started?
Well, guys, the biggest thing in this business is trust, right? Our goal is to create a level of trust with the people that are coming into the business, the people that are not even close to it, the people that don't understand trading, and the people that don't really know us, and you gotta start to build a trust. And to be honest, people don't care what you know until they know that you care, right? We've all heard that before, but it's so true. People really don't care if you're the best trader in the world. They don't care if you're making money. They don't care if you're new. They don't care if you're broke. They don't care if you're rich. They really don't care. Here's what people care about. They care to know that you care about them, that you have their back, that you have their best interest. So in order to prove that to them, you're going to need to create some trust. Today, I was on a 3-way call with one of my buddies. He asked me to jump on and do a call with him and his prospect, and the guy ended up signing up. But, what was crazy is that he actually said on the call, the kid goes, look, I really don't know much about trading, and I'm really just on this call because of the trust that I have for you, Christian. He's like, but Jason, I can already feel that you're a trustworthy person. So guys, I'm going to get started. And it's so true. I train on this all the time, but him saying that today was that reaffirmation that trust is really the key, right? The more and the faster we can build trust with that prospect, show them that we're a human being. That's why the why. You lead with that, talk about your mission, your vision, because if people think that it's just you signing them up to make money, of course they're going to shy away. Of course they're going to call it a scam. Of course they're going to call it, a pyramid or just assume that that's all that we care about. I had a prospect today I was talking to, and the first thing the guy said was, is this an MLM? And I said, yeah, it is, but that part is completely optional. I said, to be honest with you, if you don't want to do that part, no problem. It's really about trading, and the focus that I have is on trading. If you want to build, you can. If you don't, no pressure. And it went amazing, and he's signing up. So I'm telling you guys, it's all about trust. Everything is trust. So develop that. Lead with why. Let everything you do be about the bigger mission, the bigger vision, because there's a lot of people out there who want to be a part of something right now. They're looking for something right now. We're in the middle of a global pandemic that's surging again. You know, globally, people are starting to be affected by these numbers again. And I think that we have the true ability to make a legitimate impact, but you have to lead with why.
I saw today that work from home is like one of the most researched on Google right now. So
yeah, everybody is trying to figure out how to make money without leaving the house. Everybody, they're like, how do I create work from home? So imagine learning a skill from home, how powerful that is, guys. Just, you know, when you talk to people and you're prospecting, and just be patient. You know, you can't talk to 5 people and get discouraged. You know, you can't. You gotta talk to a lot of people. You gotta have a lot of conversations. I have right now on my Instagram probably 70 or 80 prospects, right, that I'm working, and I follow up and I send them a video, and I'm not gonna chase them down. You know, this is the truth. You just gotta be patient, because maybe I'll get 3 or 4 signups a week. That's pretty good. 5 or 6 signups on a good week. That's good. You know, but I got to talk to 30, 40 people to get there. And it's okay, because this is not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And back to trading, Matthew asked us, like, did you blown any account, and how many, if you blown some account, how many account did you blow when you get started?
Wow. Okay. So did I blow accounts? Yes, many. I blew a $500 account my first week live. I blew $10,000 accounts. I've blown a $20,000 account. Yeah, I've blown some big accounts. And to be honest, a lot of that just had to do with a lack of discipline on my part, right? A lack of professionalism, a lack of, you know, focus in my trading. And honestly, also a lack of following my own rules. You know, I noticed that a big thing for me blowing accounts, every single time I would get on a roll with my trading, right? My trading is doing amazing. My trading is doing great. But then I jump and take a signal, right? Or somebody, you know, say, dude, I think this is going to go to the moon. And I load up 4 lots on it, you know, and I break my rules, or I get out too early or get in. You know, every time that I've blown an account, it's because I broke part of my pattern, right? A rule that I put in place, a principle that I promised to follow. And so I can tell you guys 100% that if you set your rules, you won't blow accounts. And now that I'm really deeply involved, and, you know, I'm on Go Live, I'm trading crypto, you know, I'm much smarter, because risk management is key. So I am actually going to fund an account, and I'm going to start trading crypto on MetaTrader 4 along with my Go Lives. And I'm going to use very conservative risk management. You know, I'm going to be smart, because at the end of the day, trading can bring you a lot of money. I have blown plenty of accounts, but I had one of my biggest days trading was 60 grand. One of my biggest months trading was multiple 6 figures. So it's all about risk management. And if you learn those principles, then, you know, blowing accounts will be lessons, not losses, right? You got to look at it like that. Is this a lesson or a loss? That's got to be your mindset.
Of course. And it's a coming back to what you said at the beginning, like learn the skills, like focus on the skills, because when you get a lesson, it's a learning process. It's including in your learning process. And this is really similar with what Lucien is the best trader in our team. He gave us a lot of help and doing Pip's party and all of this. I talked to you about Lucien already, but
yes.
He said exactly almost the same. When he started to set his own rules and stopped to take only signals, he stopped to blow account and grew up and up and up.
Yeah, it's so important. You need to really nail down a set of rules, right? You need to stick to those rules. Trust me when I tell you, stick to those rules. Do not cave into temptation. Do not cave into the distractions. And, really, honestly, guys, follow one or two strategies. I have people that are, they're on DeLorean in the morning and they're on HFX at night, and that's it. They don't dibble dabble. I got people that are on Gold Cup and they're on this without, you know what I'm saying? So you got to just stick to it. That's the biggest thing.
Of course. And one question was for crypto. Are you gonna look also at the altcoin, or just keep stay with the biggest one like Bitcoin, XRP, and all of that? Are you gonna look also trading for the altcoin, like the smaller altcoin?
Some. I'm gonna be very careful because, again, like I just said, focus is key. I noticed that when I'm looking at 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs, I'm slacking in other areas. I'm not as strong as I could be in other areas. So at the end of the day, I will look from time to time at Ripple because I like Ripple. But right after my session is Nick Gomez, and he trades Ripple. So why would I step outside of my wheelhouse, which is Bitcoin, when his wheelhouse is Ripple? I do like Ethereum, so I'll probably take a look at Ethereum as well. I'll probably stick to them. I do like, Ripple will check in on some altcoins because I am invested in a few, but I'm not all over the place with these altcoins. I'm very disciplined in that matter.
Okay, so you're not gonna trade a key or
I'm not going,
all those small ones.
No. I'm not going to go that crazy because you know what happens? It becomes hard to track and it becomes confusing, for the newest people that are watching. So I'm just going to stick to Bitcoin. There's a lot to learn in Bitcoin and there's big moves in Bitcoin. So if you trade with me, you're going to get trade ideas. You're going to get good moves and I'm going to get deeper. Last week, I just really brushed the surface, built the foundation, but going into this week, we're going to be doing a lot of actual analysis and breakdown of the market and how it moves.
What is your vision for the next few weeks for Bitcoin and crypto? Bitcoin, I will say. Because now it's on a big resistance, I think.
Yeah. So right now, if you look at Bitcoin, okay. So if you look at Bitcoin right now, this is the daily. Now I'm always watching this. It's always up. Okay. So if you look at, it's literally always on my screen. So if you look at Bitcoin, we've been in an uptrend since the middle of March. Since the pandemic, Bitcoin has honestly, hasn't even really closed lower for more than a few days, right? We've had a lot of consolidation, but we've really just had a lot of impulses. And if you look at the market and you take a step back overall, you've got impulse here, right? You've got a nice consolidation here, and then another straight. This impulse was much faster, right? This one was much, much, much faster. And right now we had that little drop. It was 3 days of drop, and then we are back up in another wave. So what we see right around 12, right? And I marked the trends. We are creating, right, higher highs, right? We're creating new highs every single day, right? The market is closing higher and higher and higher. So what that tells me, that's a confirmation that we are, look at the weekly. When it comes to the weekly, we've really only had one bad week in a long time, right? We've really only had one bad week. This one wasn't a bad week. It surged up, it retested, and then we regained momentum, right? But here, the last bad week for crypto was actually a bad month, and that was in February, right? But then now we haven't seen it. And to be honest, there's so much pressure underneath the market right now, right? Meaning every day we're closing higher and higher and higher. Now we just came up and we're at a point where, we're getting back to that heavy 12K resistance. It looks to me like 11,900 has been like a mini resistance, where 12,000 has been a more of a major resistance. But what I'm looking for here is, I don't know if it's going to be this time. I mean, if you look at the depth of this trend, right? So that's what you want to look at, the depth of the trend. Now, if you look at these two trends right here, okay, check this out. So you have one trend that we're still waiting to see if this old trend, the one that I just highlighted, I want to see if this trend is the actual, like if that's the ratio that the market is going to move at. But right now, what happened is another trend kicked in, right? And this trend is moving at a much faster pace, right? We're really moving quickly. So what I'm looking at is for which trend is the momentum of the market going to meet with, which I would say maybe we'll consolidate up here, but there's going to be a lot of pressure when this trend comes, right? When this trend starts to meet like right up in this area, and we've seen this multiple times, it creates a wedge, right? And when the market starts to hit that resistance and the trend is pushing the market, it's a recipe for one of two things. It's a recipe for us to break 12, or a recipe for us to test maybe 10,000 again. You know, we've got a lot of areas in this market where we could go. You know, we could pop back down to 10,500. We could pop down to 10,300. We could pop back down to 10 one more time. There was a theory that we could go below, back down to like 9.8. I think there might be a gap. Let me check. I think there might be still a gap. Let me look. CME Bitcoin. Hold on. Let me check. I want to see CME Bitcoin Trust. Where's the one? I don't know if it's this one. Let me see. This is it, GBTC. Okay, there we go. So on GBTC, this is the Bitcoin futures. So here's the thing. Look at all the gaps. This market closed. There's gaps everywhere. It's really a crazy little market. And I think that there was a gap. Somebody told me, no, this isn't it. Hold on. I forget where I looked at this. I want to look at the CME futures, but I don't remember where I looked at it last time. I don't look at this a lot because it could actually, and I'll tell you why. I've only looked at this once or twice. The reason I don't look at it is because it can actually really deceive you. A lot of people that I know that were trading, like waiting for Bitcoin futures, I don't know where it is.
If you select futures, no.
No, I don't think it's in there. I don't, let me see. It's not, I don't think it's there. Let me see. There you go. Oh, thanks. Boom. Duh. Hello. And then it's this one. Let me see. There you go. There's okay, this is it. This is it. All right. Yes, this is it. Okay. So, yeah, this is it. Okay. So watch. There's a lot of gaps because this market doesn't trade on the weekend, right? So you're going to have some gaps from time to time. There's a gap here that's left to be filled right there. And then I believe there is also a gap here. There you go. Okay. So it doesn't have to fill the gap, but 99% of the time the gaps are filled, right? So some people are assuming that we will come back down here to the 97, maybe it'll touch 96. And you can see that there'd be a good level of support right below that. So I don't think we'll go below. We won't even, in my opinion, if Bitcoin goes back below 10K, it'll be the last time it happens, and it won't happen, and it won't last very long. There'll be so many pending orders down here waiting to fill that gap. This thing will be a wick and it will shoot back up so fast. So if we go back to, I actually wanted to save this chart. So we're going to look at this on Wednesday. Check this out. So if we go back, okay, and we look at where that is, let's go to the daily. This thing's going so slow. I think somebody else is on a call in my house. So guys, I apologize. We are moving slow here. I don't know what this is. Let's see. Reload. Nope. Come on. Okay, here we go. Now, if we look, let's try to load the daily. Please participate with me. Nope.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so if we look back, I have it marked. This was an old level of resistance that became support. So if we do come down, the gap is over in this range. So if we do come back to this level, guys, this will probably not even go to 93. It'll probably come like right here. You can see there's some really good levels of like right there. You have a lot of resistance up top, support on the bottom. So, vice versa. I don't know if we'll get to that point. So truly, I think Bitcoin, if it went below 10, I think there'd be so many buyers in the market. I just can't see it. I can't see it going below that. I really don't. I think if it goes below 10, I know I'm going to buy. I know a ton of people that are ready to buy. I know tons of people that are literally ready to buy. So that's what we're looking for in the near future with Bitcoin. And, Ethereum has had a nice little few months, guys. Ethereum dropped below $100 in the beginning of right before the pandemic. I mean, what a joke, Ethereum is one of the best and it's really being used a lot. There is some resistance here, but once we get past 450, that next bull run for Ethereum can be really strong because remember, we touched 1,500 already, 1,400. So really big opportunities for the cryptocurrency markets in the next few months. And I think a lot of it has to do with the United States election. Not to get political, but some of the parties have very aggressive tax plans to go up against, for capitalists. I think people that have a lot of money are going to start really moving their crypto assets. And they're going to start moving their fiat assets into crypto. So we shall see. I think if Biden wins, the crypto markets are going to go crazy. I think if Trump wins, they'll have a nice move, but not a crazy move. I think that might be the only positive thing that come out of this election is some movement in these markets.
I heard that some big whales, like someone like Christopher Terry, I think, or Jason Brown, like they're big waves coming on Bitcoin.
That's what, listen, I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm excited for it. I think that there's a really good surge of momentum coming. So I'm pumped. I know a lot of people that are really seriously invested in these markets. So
sure.
We shall see.
Which strategy in IM will you recommend the most, and which one will be the best for a beginner?
I think DeLorean. Honestly, the DeLorean strategy is just so good. It's so simple. It's so relatable. Like, really, I think DeLorean is very powerful. I see how fast people are learning. I see how fast people are getting their confidence up. And that, to me, well, that's the most important part, right? Is helping people trust and get their confidence up. So DeLorean is huge. I got a lot of my guys from home, a lot of my friends from high school and college that are using DeLorean, and they're doing really well. So I stick by DeLorean right now. It's some of the best I've ever seen.
Good. Another questions here is, do you believe in God? I have my answer because I know you, I follow you. So I know, but someone asked this. Do you believe in God?
God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, without getting too deep here, I don't want to offend anybody. You know, obviously religion is sometimes interesting, but I believe that there is a higher power. And for me, it's God, but I respect, I have friends that are Muslim. I have friends that are atheist. I have friends that are, you know, whatever, they're all over the place, Hindu. And, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, I think that when you build a spiritual foundation in your life, faith is walking on something that you can't see, you know, and so we live our life on faith, but we need something to be able to trust and something to fall back on. And I know my testimonial, you know, being a believer and putting a lot of things in God's hand on a day-to-day basis, and it's worked out. It's worked out in my favor, you know. So the answer is yes.
Good. I will. He said, I would like to discuss time management. How much time per day do you spend on trading and developing your team? How it has evolved over the past few years? And finally, what was your job at the very beginning and when did you decide to focus on IM at 100%?
Well, it's a good question. Time management is the most important thing, I think, you know, because if you're going to start this business, most people are going to start trading, start the business, and call it what it is. Probably not making money right off the bat. You know, it takes a few months sometimes for somebody to really get going with their trading, really get going with building. So you need another job. You know, there's no reason to be doing this unless you're a millionaire or you have money in the bank, you know, multiple six figures. There's no reason to be doing this full time until you're, you know, financially stable, you know, whether it's through a rank or through your trading. Do this part-time. That way you don't have the pressure and you can continue this journey. And then the big key to that is just, guys, it's just money management and time management. You know, I tell people an unorganized entrepreneur is not an entrepreneur at all. You've got to be able to set appointments and stick to them. You've got to be punctual. You know, you've got to respect other people's time if you want them to respect yours. And everything I do is an appointment. Everything I do is, hey, let's lock in a time. That way I'm in control, and other people are not in control of me, right? We can always book an appointment for a call. You know, Matt's like, hey, man, you know, let's do a training. I'm like, cool. When? Let's see in the schedule. When does it work? Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, great. You know, so there's always a compromise if you are organized, right? And that's just the key. Time management. It's important. You schedule your go lives. You schedule your, you know, academy sessions. You schedule your trading sessions. So important. And the other parts of that question is, yeah, I mean, when I was in network marketing for the first 3 years, you know, I really didn't make a lot of money. I was 70 grand in debt. So I did have a job. I was delivering pizza, Chinese food, sushi, flowers. You know, I was just hustling because those were jobs that I could be on my phone. I could make calls. You know, I had some freedom. I had some liberties, but I was making pretty good money. And I think delivering is such a great job because, you know, you make good money, you have that freedom, you have those liberties. So.
Great. Another question, what have been your failure and which achievement you did to recover? I will say, can you talk about like maybe one failures? Because I'm sure you like successful people get more failures than than others. So
favors, what do you mean by favors?
Failures, like have you get some fails in your life? Like
failures.
Yeah, failures. Sorry. Yeah.
No. It's okay. Nothing in life is a failure. Nothing in life is a failure. It's not. What happens in life is we don't fail, we learn, right? We don't lose, we learn. We do not fail. There's no such thing as failure. And at the end of the day, you know, some of my greatest downfalls have helped me become the person I am today. You know, some of the things that some people would have considered a failure and quit. Okay. There's things that people would have considered a failure and quit. I turn those into positives, right? I turn those things into my strengths or those breaking moments where I elevate and I go to the next level. But I think if you have this mindset of failure, then you're always going to be disappointed in a downfall, a temporary moment, like an adversity. In adversity, you're always gonna feel that, right? So don't look at it as failures, guys. I've lost tons of money. I've lost tons of leaders. I've had leaders quit. I've had leaders leave. It's cool. I've had customers leave. I've had people, do whatever. I don't look at life with like failures and victories. I think everything in life is progress. Everything in life is skill. Everything in life is us moving towards something greater.
How do you inspire people to use the system in place for success? Because the system is there. Like if people succeed, it's because it's possible. But how could you inspire people to use it?
Lead by example. Mm-hmm. Lead by example. Guys, in life, your leaders, even in the Bible, leaders are considered shepherds, right? So in this instance, you guys are shepherds for your team, right? And you got to lead and show them the way. Do it with confidence, right? If you are leading, if you're trading, Matthew, you're a great example of this, bro. I don't get on calls with everybody, but I've always respected your consistency and your work ethic. And I know that, you're not the overnight success story. You're the long-term success story. You're the brick by brick, the consistency, but you're leading by example. So the people that follow you, the people in your group, the leaders that are in your team and the leaders on this call, they're building on the right principles. They're going to do the same things that you do, period. They're going to do the same thing that you do. You lead by example, they're going to follow. So if you're a good dude, they're going to become great people. They're not going to rush the process. They're not going to jump around from company to company. They are going to do the same thing you do. So guys, be a great leader and lead by example. That's the best way I can tell you. You want people to follow the system, you got to use it. You want people to, trade, you got to trade. And the majority of people will follow whatever it is that you're doing.
Mm-hmm. What is the actual percentage of traders versus MLM, like people who do the business side on IM? With IM?
I'll give you the live number. Let's see. 85% right now. We're at 85%.
85% traders, like customers, and then 15% only business.
Yep.
Wow.
85% customer.
Is it like the best ratio in all the network marketing company, I think?
For sure. There's not a better ratio out there. And it's because we actually have a service. One of my guys just came over from another trading company and they didn't even know how to trade. He had 20,000 people in his team and none of them knew how to trade. So, they're just building a network, they're not really trading. They're not really using the system. They're just building a pyramid, It's unfortunate, but it's true that it's so important that we actually look at this as a true academy, a true trading platform. And then, we lead people, we build, but we're not only building.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself at 60 years old?
I don't know.
How old are you, Jason? Just like, if you can tell us.
I'm 31. So that's double. I got to double my life.
Yeah. Double your, oh my God.
I got to double. I just see myself being happy. That's the key. I'll go where God puts me, whether I'm doing charity and helping people around the world. Maybe I'm the CEO of IM Academy. I don't know, but I do see myself doing something productive and just continuing to impact lives.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And
who knows?
What has been your biggest breakthrough in life?
Believing in myself.
Oh.
Believing in myself. That's been the biggest thing. knowing that I can get it done and I'm not going to depend on somebody else. I'm not going to, rely on somebody else. That's to me the biggest thing. That self-confidence, that's huge.
And how did this happen? Like when you realize that you need to trust yourself? Is it during an event or something?
It's a series of things, conventions, Bob Proctor, personal development, and just being able to produce a result. I think that helps you build it. When you're achieving something, you're like, damn, I won my trade. My confidence is up.
What's your daily routine? One day in Jason's life, what it looks like.
Crazy. It's different every day. I get that question on every single Q&A, and it's literally, it's different every single day. I don't focus so much on the routine. I think a lot of people are obsessed with finding a routine. What's your routine? What's your routine? I get it all the time. I'm not so crazy about the routine. What I think is more important is your daily agenda, your daily goals, your DMOs, right? Your daily method of operation. That to me is more important. Knowing that by the end of this day, I accomplished this. Through this day, I accomplished this. I did this today. I did that today. To me, that's more important than what's your schedule? Because my schedule is different every day. Some days I don't take calls. Like on Sundays, I try not to take calls. I relax. But Monday through Saturday, I'm working my butt off, and it's 14 to 16-hour days. So it really just depends.
Yeah. And can you talk a little bit about as you want, like about the event, the next I Am event? I want to hear you.
Guys, get your tickets. I promise you, it is going to be the most special thing that I've ever seen. I mean, I'm preparing for greatness, and I'm just so excited for what we're going to have. We've got an amazing guest speaker that we're going to announce probably a little bit closer to the event. We have Bob Proctor speaking again, which is always incredible. And the amount of effort and work and detail and focus that was put into this event far exceeds anything that I've ever seen before. Literally far exceeds it. So I can tell you guys, if you are there, that event's going to change your life. 1,000%, it will change your life.
And for those who bought their Houston ticket, they will receive an email, right? Like
I don't know, actually. I don't know about the Houston thing. I'm not sure. I think the Houston event tickets are going to give you the grandfather for 2021 in Houston, because we still have that event next year. Let me send a quick text. Houston tickets are good for Houston 2021. Yes. Yeah, I think because we already, guys, I mean, the Houston ticket is a couple $100 and the online ticket's 25. So if I were you, I wouldn't even want that. I wouldn't even want my credit to go towards that. I think what we did is we're going to give you obviously the Houston event is still going to go down. We already paid for the venue. So the ticket will be good for 2021 in Houston. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a confirmation.
Yeah, because I've been a little bit confused. We received an email saying that it will be good for the next Houston event, but we will also receive an email for this online event, like with our online tickets or something. Like it was.
Let me find out. I'll find out, Matt, and I'll text you. I gotta get ready. I have another call. I gotta get ready, but I'll text you and I'll find out, because I actually, to be real, nobody's asked me, so I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, of course. Okay. But it's just for those who want to, who bought their tickets like for Houston and ask me if they had to rebuy it for the online event or if it's good to go.
Yeah, I'll find out and I'll let you know.
Perfect. Jason, thanks a lot. thanks a lot. We go through a lot of questions with you today. You take like almost 1 hour with us. It's really like I'm grateful for this. You're one of the biggest successful people I know, and you always take your time and for a couple of people, like it's just amazing. You're humble, and I really appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you too, man. It's always a pleasure working alongside of you. So, guys, I'm really grateful. I'm very excited, and I look forward to it. Good things are going to keep happening, and this team just continue to grow, continue to be consistent. And I'm really looking forward to the future with you guys. So, thank you, guys. Much love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Jason. Woo! On repasse en français. Je veux vos réactions. Qu'est-ce que vous avez aimé le plus? Est-ce qu'on a besoin de traduire? Parce que là, je pense que je vais devoir réécouter et reprendre des notes pour retraduire le tout dans un autre call parce qu'il a répondu à beaucoup de choses. Mais go for it. Qui veut parler en premier? Je pense qu'on a posé toutes les questions qui avaient été posées. Hein. Ceux qui ont eu dans le chat, ceux qui avaient marqué leurs questions sur le groupe Facebook, toutes les questions ont été abordées.
Y en a-tu que vous avez entendu votre question et que vous n'avez pas tout compris votre réponse? On peut vous la traduire là, s'il reste des questions en suspens.
Oh ben, je vais prendre la parole. Non, moi j'ai vraiment bien aimé. Il est cool, Jason. Il est cool. Il parle vite, il est vraiment cool, j'aime bien. Non, c'est le fun. Ça, les tickets pour le super events du 8 novembre, c'est ça, si je me trompe pas?
C'est le week-end du... Attends.
8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10, il me semble.
6, 7, 8.
6, 7, 8, oui, c'est ça.
6, 7, 8, ouais.
6, 7, 8, oui.
Ben, moi, je l'ai déjà. Je l'ai acheté, je pense, le premier jour qu'il est sorti.
Uh-huh.
Et je me prépare au week-end dans ma cave, donc ça devrait bien aller.
Je pense qu'on va se faire quelque chose parce que je pense que l'event va avoir lieu sur je pense qu'il y a un logiciel spécial ou je ne sais pas si ils sont en train de préparer quelque chose de huge. Là, ça va vraiment être gros. Et comme je vous ai dit, j'ai participé à des événements qui m'ont coûté dans les 4 chiffres, là, des milliers de dollars. Juste le ticket, c'était 500-600, plus mon voyage de l'Asie. Bon, je suis en Asie, mais plus mon voyage de l'Asie jusqu'aux États-Unis ou même au Canada, j'en ai fait plusieurs. C'est un événement à 25 $. Genre, c'est ridicule. C'est ça. Donc, s'il y en a qui n'ont pas encore leur billet, achetez votre billet. C'est sur im.events, E-V-E-N-T. Je ne sais pas s'il y a un S, im.events, mais c'est 25 $. Et franchement, si c'est possible, on va se faire peut-être un Zoom entre nous. Tu sais, genre, en train de regarder l'événement. On va le vivre, l'événement, ensemble. J'aimerais ça avoir un truc, genre, qu'on soit tout le monde ensemble en train de vivre l'événement, mais qu'on soit notre team ensemble, tu sais. Comme si on était là-bas, tu sais, comme si on avait bougé sur tout le monde ensemble là-bas, puis qu'on était ensemble, tu sais.
Ah, ça serait cool, ça. Très bonne idée. Enfin, moi, je trouve.
Ce serait vraiment génial. C'est comme un genre de gros party, but au lieu d'être un Pips Party qui dure 1 heure, 2 heures, où on parle de Jackie et Michel, on va pas.
I am party.
Ça va être
avec Jackie et Michel.
ça va être c'est le fun de faire de l'argent puis avoir du fun. Hein? Tu sais, c'est ça, les sessions de trading. S'il y en a qui sont pas là, à des Pips Party, là, vous devez venir. On a eu du fun la semaine passée. Ça a été, ça a été incroyable.
Vraiment un truc de malade. Avec
les super résultats qu'on a en plus, je pense que ça vaut vraiment le coup. Tiens, iamacademy.events, David nous l'a mis là, dans le chat. C'est ça le truc? Il me semble que c'était iam.events. iamacademy.events, ça se peut. Hein? Ça se peut. Puis un S à events. Hop. Yes. iamacademy.events. Exact. Impact Arena. J'avais fait une faute. Ça va être complètement malade. C'est dans 17 jours. 17 jours. Je pense que ça va être fou. Et il a dit qu'il allait avoir un guest speaker, un de plus qui va être annoncé genre dans les derniers jours, juste avant l'événement. Et vous avez entendu, c'est pas sûr que si vous aviez votre billet de Houston, écoute, moi j'avais mon billet de Houston, puis j'avais pas racheté celui-là, je le rachète là. J'achète mon billet là. Je veux juste être sûr de. Patrick, on t'entend
Hey,
pas?
c'est quoi Houston?
On a un problème.
En fait, c'est parce que l'événement à la base,
Facile, ça là.
l'événement à la base devait être à Houston. Cet événement-là devait être en septembre et à Houston. C'était le 20 septembre, je pense, et c'était à Houston. Et il y en a certains d'entre nous, comme Seb, comme moi, Marie-Ève, on avait acheté nos billets. On était censé aller là-bas pour l'événement. On avait reçu un email comme quoi, genre, le billet allait être valable pour le prochain événement. Mais donc, le prochain événement, c'est celui en ligne. Mais là, il coûte 25 fait qu'il y a eu un peu de. Moi, j'ai été confus. Là. Je pensais que justement, ça allait être bon aussi pour le. C'est bon pour le Houston l'année prochaine, ça, c'est sûr. Parce que, comme il dit, la salle est déjà réservée, l'endroit est déjà réservé. Fait que. Mais il va peut-être falloir qu'il change de place parce que, vu la vitesse à laquelle IAM grossit, il risque de manquer de place pour le prochain événement l'année prochaine. Mais ça risque. Mais bon, là, ils font un truc. Genre, ils ont créé leur île. Vous avez vu la vidéo? Vous avez vu la vidéo? Attends, je l'ai-tu là? Je l'ai-tu là?
Ouais, c'est assez malade, là. C'est quelque chose.
Mais Jason va nous revenir avec la réponse. Personne n'y avait déjà demandé, fait qu'il va s'informer. Puis si jamais c'est comme un free pass pour le online, puis après ça, vous avez aussi accès à Houston, mais c'est un 2 pour 1.
Exact. Et tu voulais rajouter quelque chose? J'essaie de trouver. C'est ça la vidéo?
Bye, David.
Je l'ai la vidéo.
Faut que je vous laisse, j'ai un appel.
OK.
Bye, Seb.
Bye, Seb.
Bye, Seb. Hop. Attends. Est-ce que c'est ça la vidéo? Non, c'est pas ça. Hop. Attendez. Hop. Non.
Hey DJ, mix that record now.
Ouais, c'est ça, mais là, écoute, je trouve pas la vidéo. Je l'ai posté, non? Je l'ai posté sur le groupe, non?
Bye, Clarkens.
Bye, Clarkens.
Dans le Telegram, sûr.
Ah, ben voilà, dans le Telegram. OK. Boum. OK. Réussir ensemble. Hop.
Moi, je l'avais partagé sur ma page, je pense. Je vais aller...
Ah, donc, là. Tiens. Hop. Elle est ici. Boum. OK. Je partage mon écran, je vous montre ça. Hop. Êtes-vous prêts? Voilà.
Comme un appel Zoom. Ou on peut littéralement te mettre sur la plus grande scène du monde.
Ça coupe un peu là. Attends. Hop.
vente dès maintenant pour le tout premier événement virtuel de messagerie instantanée. Visite imacademy.events pour plus d'infos. Que deviendras-tu?
Voilà. Donc, je ne sais pas si vous avez...
Ah bien.
Good. Donc, voilà. Bon, good. Donc, c'est ça. C'est 25 $. Puis ça, ce serait cool de vivre cet événement-là ensemble. Ça serait huge. Je pense que ce serait un événement de l'équipe en plus. Fait que ça pourrait être cool de se connecter, genre, soit un call. On va essayer de trouver quelque chose, mais peut-être sur Discord. Je sais que Mathieu Souliat, tu m'en avais parlé, mais on peut se mettre en vocal sur Discord, quelque chose comme ça. On peut ça peut peut-être être mieux que Zoom. En tout cas, on va voir, mais on va trouver quelque chose. Parce que parce que c'est voilà. Ça va être énorme. Donc, good, on va arrêter l'enregistrement pour ça. Puis ceux-là qui veulent des traductions, des choses comme ça, juste me le dire. Si vous n'avez pas tout compris ce qu'il a dit, on va le traduire. On va revenir pour vous, on va le traduire. On arrête l'enregistrement là-dessus. Tchuss!